Hi everyone, welcome to this video presentation. We are 5 group members and I am Hannah Thomas, who is going to introduce the topic, which is on unplanned pregnancy in schools in Papua New Guinea. And my other 4 colleagues will discuss and elaborate more on its impacts and strategies of unplanned pregnancy and do the conclusion and recommendation. The first impact, which is low academic performance, Jamalin will discuss this impact with its strategies, and the second impact is health and well-being, which Quinton will discuss and elaborate more on this strategy impact with its strategies. And the third impact is social and economic impacts, which Rachel will discuss this impact with its strategies. And lastly, Nadia will do the conclusion and recommendation. Unplanned pregnancy is when a girl becomes pregnant without planning or wanting to have a baby at that time. It often happens due to lack of knowledge about health, sexual health, and no access to contraception or pressure from others. In many cases, these girls are still in school and are not ready to become mothers, according to World Health Organization 2020. Therefore, the purpose of our presentation is to explain the impacts of unplanned pregnancy in school in Papua New Guinea and suggest the ways to reduce and prevent it. It aims to help teachers, parents, and the government to understand the problem and take action to support young girls.
3 strategies to conduct low academic performances are: number 1, counseling and mentorship programs. Establish programs that offer emotional support and academic counseling for pregnant students, pairing them up with mentors who can provide them with guidance and support. Number 2, community engagement. Involve parents and community leaders in conversations about the importance of education and supporting young mothers to continue their studies. And the final one is peer support groups. Create peer groups, where young mothers can share their experiences, challenges, and resources. Thank you.
The other impact of unplanned pregnancies in schools in PNG is on health and well-being. Unplanned pregnancies has a big impact on the health and well-being of young women in schools in Papua New Guinea. The pregnancies often occur in contexts where there is a limited access to sexual and reproductive health education and services. This lack of access contributes to high rates of maternal mortality, unsafe abortions, and poor mental health outcomes. For instance, according to the National Institutes of Health 2018 May, young pregnant women who are in schools are likely to experience anxiety, stress, stress can lead to abortion. Okay, the strategy on that impact is to deliver a comprehensive sexual and reproductive health and education services. Introduce age-appropriate education in schools that cover puberty, relationships, pregnancy, prevention, and emotional readiness. This can reduce stigma and empower youth knowledge to make informed decisions. United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization 2018 found the comprehensive sexuality education reduced risky behavior and improved reproduction health awareness. Unplanned pregnancies can lead to stress, depression, and feelings of fear and shame. Young women, especially those who are not married, may feel alone and judged by others. This can cause mental health problems that last for a long time. A reported by World Health Organization 2021 said many young women feel emotional pain because of the shame and pressure that comes with having a baby when they are not ready. Strategy is to provide mental health and counseling services to address the emotional impacts such as stress, depression, and peer provides counseling support in schools, clinics, and through community outreach support. Group and peer mentoring programs can also reduce feeling of shame and isolation.
The social and economic impacts of unplanned pregnancy by young girls in schools of Papua New Guinea. The social impact. PNG is one of the countries that has a high number of unplanned pregnancy by young girls in schools. When this happens, these girls are likely to go through discrimination and are criticized and rejected by their families and the society. This is due to the strong cultural and religious belief that PNG have. Thus, young pregnant women find it hard to fit into the society again, and because of this they feel ashamed and tend to make abortion because they are scared of what the people or the society might think or say of them. The financial impact. Finance is another burden. The economic impact. Finance is another burden for both parties. If both male and female are in school, then they would have to consider the well-being of the coming baby, such as the baby food and napkin. 1, 2, 3, and 4. If the parents are to look after the baby, then there would be another financial burden upon or laid upon them. Even the partners themselves will also have financial needs such as food, busway, and rent. With the baby on the way, they might not be able to cope up with it. However, if one of the partner is working or both are financially capable, however, if one of the partner is working or both partners are financially capable to handle it, then it would not be a problem. However, we have the situation where sometimes male tends to reject the child as is, and so the female is left to handle the burdens alone by herself. Oftentimes, because of this disgrace, females usually turn to doing abortion, which is totally wrong. The strategies for social and economic impact. The strategies are: we have the birth control pill, we have vasectomy for the male, we have sterilization for the female, we have condom, we have tubal ligation and injections. Moreover, if a girl becomes pregnant without the use of this birth control strategy, she does not have to do abortion. She has the right to go to school and she has the right to live, so has the innocent child. If a school rule is against pregnancy, the girl can always withdraw and come back the next year. She has to be mentally, physically, and emotionally stable and strong to cater for herself and for the baby. Otherwise, there is these strategies that both male and female can use to avoid unplanned pregnancy. Thank you.
To conclude, addressing unplanned pregnancy in schools in Papua New Guinea requires some impacts that includes low academic performance, which leads to increase in absenteeism, dropout rates, and lack of focus on education. Unplanned pregnancy may also affect the health and well-being of young girls, which contributes to high rates of maternal death and unsafe abortions. It also has significant social and economic consequences affecting individuals, families, and society as a whole. This leads to giving extra financial burdens to the parents by paying school fees and taking care of the child. Sometimes the young girls are being criticized and rejected by societies and even their family members too. To minimize this issue of unplanned pregnancy in schools, several strategies can be implemented. This includes a counseling and mentorship program, community engagement, and peer group support. It's also important for the girls to use the contraceptions if they are married and want to continue their studies. This can prevent unplanned pregnancies or minimize the incident of having unwanted pregnancy. By implementing these strategies, we can help reduce or minimize the incidence of unwanted or unplanned pregnancies and support young girls to achieve their education goals. In recommending that the government and educational institutions should develop a national strategy to focus and comprehensive sexual education and improve access to reproductive health services for young girls in schools. By establishing emotional support and pairing them with mentorship, provide guidance and encouragement for the young girls. Thank you, that's all, and thank you all for watching the video.